ready to go, are you?
Yes.
Okay. Let's get started then.
Okay. Welcome to our ASMR.
Do you like the sound of my moist mouth?
Not that kind of ASMR.
No. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to 11Z's Pico Podcast. I am Abby.
I'm Rachel.
And yeah, it's been 3 weeks.
We're hashtag not dead, though.
Yeah. Sorry for the unannounced mini hiatus, I guess it's called. We both have been very busy.
I was taking a nap consecutively for 3 weeks.
For 3 weeks. You're in like a sleeping beauty coma.
Yeah.
I kissed you except I had to kiss your hand.
Yeah, she kissed my hand and then waved some Sour Patch Kids in front of my face, and it was all good.
She made me give in and get a pop socket for my phone.
Yeah, it's a Pokemon. Oh, are we doing ASMR?
Ugh, I hate that. I guess I can hear in the playback. But, yeah, I got one that has Bulbasaur on it, and she has one that has Squirtle on it.
Squirtle.
So. We were trying to find someone, worthy enough to have Charmander. We're thinking her sister.
Squirtle. Yeah.
Bulba. I do have Squirtle and Bulbasaur up there, not Charmander, because the Charmander stuffed animal is really ugly.
Yes.
By Tommy, I think, or Tony, or I don't know. But yeah, I was sick for a while. I was sick for 2 weeks, and then after our last recording, I got sick again for a little bit, but I'm all better now. It was a weird sinus infection that turned into allergies that turned to a full blown virus. It was really bad.
And I have the rabies.
Apparently, according to her now boyfriend, he apparently claims that she has rabies now because some stray cat bit her.
But it's okay because we're best friends now. It's only because I was stealing her children. But
okay, here's the story. So Rachel, go ahead and tell what's been happening for the last couple weeks for you. You had 2 litters of kittens
in my apartment. Yeah, there were these 2 stray cats that lived outside my apartment. One of them went MIA, but they both had litters of kittens, so I took all the litters and got them adopted. And so they all have homes, essentially. And then, but one of the moms bit me while I was stealing her children, but now she knows I had good intentions, and now we're best friends. And she comes in the morning and she meows, and then she comes inside and eats food. But maybe I have rabies as a result. I don't know. We'll find out when I die.
Cause of death. Rabies. Rabies is a serious problem.
I'm the person that's in a chain letter. Mm-hmm. She didn't forward this to 10 people and got rabies.
Oh my god. But yeah, you were able to get all the kittens homes, which is very cool. Gave them a lot of them to farms, yeah, but out of 15 kittens you saved, you're able to give some to my uncle, and you gave 2 to my boyfriend's friends, and even your boyfriend took one in. He named it Ash, even though we named it Gandalf.
I think 3 of them went to a farm, and then 12 went to various different people. Mm-hmm. And it's, not a creepy farm. It's the farm does adoption events and stuff like that.
That's cool.
It's not like a death farm.
Yeah, like a slaughterhouse type deal?
No,
that's good.
They're safe. And very happy. I've gotten picture updates.
Yeah, picture updates. They're all. I think they're all tabbies. I think, and one of them was partly Siamese, which is very interesting because the one that was partly Siamese tabby, I think, went to her boyfriend. She named it Gandalf. He wanted to name it Walker. We told him no
Walkers, because it also has blue eyes. So I get the sentiment behind it.
Yeah, but Ash, really?
Pokemon. No, it's 'cause he likes to hang out. He likes to hang out in the fireplace.
So that's true, but we still call him Gandalf. Because that's the name you gave him.
It's my dog Finn has 4 different names.
Yeah, Finn, Finnegan, Finward,
and then we also call him Smeagol.
Because he reminds me of a gremlin.
Huge eyes.
Yeah, he's a dachshund Chihuahua mix,
and
right?
And he just wants food all the time, so he's a little Smeagol.
Oh, he was so cute.
And he curls up, and it's he looks all bony, which is just that's how he's built. He gets lots of food and lots of human food, which I know people would hate me for giving my dog human food.
Yeah, he's actually really healthy for the amount of human food we give him. Not throwing shade, just saying, that's how you raise your dog, and I'm not gonna judge you.
Thank you,
weirdo. I'm just kidding. No, lots of reason why you were gone is because you were in helping animals. You've also been out of town for Shakespeare Festival.
Yes, there was the nap.
Yes, and your infinite naps. But yeah, I'll talk about myself a little bit. I've been gone because, one, I was sick, duh. But after I got better, I started another job, and I've been kind of working that. Finally, I work 2 jobs now outside the podcast, because the podcast is technically like a side job we have just for fun, you know. And I also been visiting my dad a lot more and my grandma, who is like about an hour away. So I've been doing a lot of driving and hanging out with them. And whenever I'm with my brother, who lives with my dad right now, we'd sit and watch The Office and play Breath of the Wild together. So like, so we kind of got distracted, and we did a little bit of thinking, regrouping a little bit. We're thinking that this podcast could be like bi-weekly instead of every week, because especially if we want to read big books and watch a series or something, I feel like 2 weeks is a good amount of time to figure out like what we want to do and be able to have time to read while going to work. Cause,
I concur.
Yeah. Because you work like through the weekend and then have a couple weekdays and then through the weekend again. Versus me, my schedule is technically, I guess, I work like 6 days a week and I have 1 day off a week, but it depends on my other job, because I have set hours for my salon job, but for my other job, my second job I work twice a week depending if they need me or not. I kind of like the backup person if they need somebody, and it's good cash, you know, it's a good way to make a little bit of extra money.
Oh, money.
Yeah, and then I think it's also nice because I have a lot of trips coming up this month, because I think what'd be nice is that we are going on a trip at the end of the month, you and I, with our friends.
To Colorado.
Colorado. And then I'm going to a wedding next week. I'll be out of town for that, so I won't be able to find time to record. So I think this is a good setup for now, is just doing bi-weekly until things either change or, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm cracking my knuckles. You can probably hear it, but... So that's pretty much like the update that's been going on. I've been in and out of town a lot. You've been in and out of town a lot too. You've been going, and you've been visiting your family a lot too.
Yes, that is my answer. It is yes.
I thought you were going to like delve a little more into. You know, I actually have I have a stack of books over there on my stairs, because I'm recording. We're recording in my room right now. Probably hear the vent going off because of the AC, but because it's hot, it's blazing out. And I have a stack of books out there that I'm not keeping. I'm donating those.
You're a better woman than I. My sister-in-law came over to help me do, like, some purging in my apartment. So, like, I got rid of all these clothes and, like, just miscellaneous stuff. And then she's like, okay, you know, we had, like, all these boxes and trash bags full of stuff that we're donating and throwing out. And she's like, time to go through the books. So I was like, no. My books.
That's something else.
Those are what I hoard. Like, I take pride in it. Like, I just want furniture made out of books.
There's actually this Instagrammer that does cool like photography sessions with books.
That's going to be me. Yes. Yes. And that's my story. It's over now.
Thank you. This is my song. I'll sing it now. No, but yeah, I've been playing a lot of Breath of the Wild. My birthday just recently passed. Turned somewhere in my 20s now. I'm in further into my 20s. Rachel's going to be further into her 20s in January. This damn war up by myself. Please don't leave it alone. My God, bish. Oh, I can't find them. The stylist who did it did a really good job. Cut over.
Cut over.
So, sorry.
That was a message from our sponsors.
Toilet paper. Guess we didn't have any.
The grandpa clock.
The grandpa clock. No, we literally went to Savers a while ago, and we found this. You and your sister went first, but we came back for it.
We went just to look at it.
There's a Savers nearby, which is like a cool thrift store chain.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's awesome, and I find a lot of my clothes there and furniture. And there's this clock there that we found. Yes. And we looked at it. It's called Grandpa Clock or Grandpa Time. It literally is this ugly looking clock that literally can program messages from your grandpa. So
no, it's not from your grandpa. It's like a pre-recorded grandpa voice.
Ew,
so
really?
It's the same grandpa for everyone. Yeah.
He's like, hello, children. It's time to wake up
like,
and stuff.
Your alarm is this grandpa voice being like, wake up, grandson. Don't forget to...
Vitamins part, but like, it's this really weird clock, and like, the box art itself is like really creepy.
It's like this little boy looking up at the clock.
He's a little boy in the corner of the box looking up. He's like, ah!
And this clock is literally just a grandpa voice telling you things.
Yeah,
So.
it's like telling you, like, oh, time to wake up and time to get ready for school or something like that. So then we, like, started making jokes about, like, how you take your vitamins. Like, oh, it's time to take your vitamins.
Don't forget to brush your teeth, grandson.
And take your vitamins. And then, like, oh, time for bed, grandson. You should take your vitamins. It's just, like, this stupid joke that has not left our systems.
So good. None of our jokes ever leave our systems, ever, honestly.
No, for real. Oh, my God, sorry. But yeah, I gotta work.
Oh, share musical.
Yes. So speaking of like grandpa time and
because we never even finished that story
and you know grandpas and going out and stuff, we've been doing a lot of musical stuff lately.
Yeah.
You know, this is kind of what I wanted our podcast for me mostly because like I'm like, what do you want to talk about today for our podcast? Like, I don't know. You want to talk about all the musicals we've been going to? Yeah.
Yeah, that works for me.
Okay, we can continue from there. Freaked out. My computer freaked out. It's because I kicked the cord.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were talking about like all the musicals we've been like watching. So you more or less watching, but
yeah, I've seen.
So we'll make this podcast more about you this time, which I'm fine with.
That's interesting idea. Make it
as you're scrolling through your phone.
I'm trying to find the Grandpa Clark picture. I'm sorry.
You're not gonna be showing anybody. You could just literally.
No, I'm just looking.
Has a hat on it. Oh my God.
I'm looking it up on the internet because I kind of want to order one. But musicals, they are. There's a video of it.
Oh
There's a demo video.
We'll look at it later.
Okay.
Oh God. So Rachel's been going to a lot of musicals lately.
Yeah.
You like buy bundles of bunch of tickets for different shows.
Because that's like
the cheapest way to go.
God's greatest gift to Earth, other than His only begotten Son, is musicals.
I leave you on Earth, son. Bye.
No, other than His only begotten Son, is musical.
That's his second son.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So no, I do like to see a lot of them in the city, and Abby and I went to one. We went to the Cher musical.
The Cher
I
musical.
think it was the pre-Broadway premiere, which is kind of what's cool about living in Chicago. Is they do a lot of pre-Broadway premieres of musicals.
Continue.
So where essentially it's the like first draft of the music, so they play it for like Chicago audiences and critics, and the pre-Broadway show is almost never going to be exactly the same as when it gets on Broadway, because that's when they figure out what they need to tweak and adjust, and sometimes they cut and add songs, etc., so on and so forth. So like what we see isn't the finished product. We see like the first draft, the director's cut, whatever you want to call it. I don't know.
And we've mentioned before that we've wanted to talk about musicals, and
that's all I ever want to talk about. Sorry.
Yeah, and like me, Rachel, you have been in musicals like all your life versus me. I've only been in one musical, but I can appreciate it from a standpoint because I did choir for 12 years. Yeah. So like technically, like I love musicals, but in a different sense than you do because you've experienced more musicals than I have. I've been in one, and that was it.
Yeah, I have like a creepy obsession, kind of.
I mean,
a lot of my. Like, one of my Sirius XM, like, saved channels is the Broadway channel. I've got a lot of soundtracks from, not soundtracks, cast recordings of musicals on my phone. I don't know where I was going from there, but it's a lot.
Yeah, you mentioned to me, like, how many musicals, like, what musicals have you been? This is more, okay, this is more, like, let's turn this into, like, a more of an interview type deal.
Okay.
So, when was your first musical that you remember?
2004. I was 8.
Okay, what musical were you in?
Christmas Carol.
And what part were you?
I was a little child. I was a little chorus.
Little girl 1. You're little girl number 3.
I had a cape, and one time I got yelled at because it was our first. Okay, so I was like 8 years old, and it was our first like show for people, and like I was curious if like my mom was in the audience or whatever. So before the show started, I like walked on stage and I like opened the curtain and I looked out and like you just see the stage manager being like, "Get that girl on stage."
Oh my God! Of course you do that. I think my favorite story you've told me when you were doing musicals is that you fell on your ass while roller skating.
Oh yeah,
in front of your old crush at the time.
Yes. Okay. So I was in Footloose, and I played like the restaurant owner or what have you, And luckily this wasn't a live performance. This was like a dress rehearsal. But I like on stage on roller skates. And like I was on the record, off the record, like basically in love with the guy who played the main character.
Kevin Bacon's character.
Yes, Kevin Bacon. I can't think of his name. So he played Kevin Bacon. And
not the character, but Kevin Bacon himself.
Like, very into him. And I can say this because A, he's not listening, and B, it had to have been the most obvious thing in the world anyways. But I literally just wiped out, like, right in front of him, like, he's on their stage. And I just, like, first of all, I don't know why the directors gave me a role that required, like, me of all people on rollerblades. Like, if you saw me as a person, you would want the same thing. But yeah, I completely just wipe out in front of this guy.
Oh my god.
And, like, there were bruises. And yeah, so of course, like, I'm there, like, laying on the ground, just watching, like, the man of my dreams, like, laying over me, just laughing.
Hey, man, at least you made him laugh, but he's laughing at you.
Not with me. That was not a with me situation.
No, I would totally full on laughed in that situation if it were me, because
I was laughing. I thought it was, like, hilarious, because that's kind of my role in life, is I exist to, like, make other people look better by comparison.
Yeah, me too.
So it's
that's why they work so well together, because we both cancel each other out.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it just worked. But that was a good moment in my life.
The only musical I was ever in was Aladdin Junior. Okay, it's a regular Aladdin, but you know it's junior because it's all kids.
Yeah,
we were like 5th grade, so I was like 10 years old.
Yeah,
at the time. And of course this really gay kid who was clearly gay, and I was like, woo, got over my head. I had a huge crush on the gay kid who played the genie, and
like no shame there.
Like no, I just thought he was just a really
Who
like.
Did you play?
I just was like
a boo.
I was just one of the servant ladies. Like I have a strong voice. I'll admit that.
Oh, you were that.
So I was able to.
What are they? The little. Like. What do they even sing?
I just hit the bottom. I don't know.
That's something like that. Yeah.
Those girls. Yeah, I was singing one of those girls because my.
He hasn't got 'em.
I ain't playing except he hasn't got 'em. Gotta eat to live, gotta live these, gotta buy when I got the time.
Did you see the Tumblr post where it was like, I've always wondered why those girls hated Aladdin so much? And someone was like, hint, they're like a brothel and he's poor.
Yeah, they were brothel girls. That's right. And I was one of the brothel girls.
It's like a wee lad.
Oh my god. And what's funny is that, like, the guy, I was friends with the kid who played the genie. I won't say their name, but he was clearly gay, but, like, I had no idea. I didn't know what gay was yet. You know, you're 10 years old.
Yeah.
Clearly gay. As, you know, as the next guy. And so, like, I had a huge crush on him, and I told him, he's like, it's nothing against you, you're so nice, but, like, I'm just not into girls, you know. I'm like, okay, you know, maybe he's just not into girls. Yeah, I like still stupid guy head. But like we remained friends until like high school, and then we kind of lost touch. But turned out to be a really nice person, and I wish them luck in their life and everything. But you know, like, but we played Aladdin Junior. We played it at our nearby theater house, and and it was really fun.
I wish I could have seen that.
I don't know where the DVD is, but it exists. If I find the DVD, we'll watch it.
Party.
If I find the DVD, we can watch it.
I did theater so much. There were shows I was in more than once. I was in Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Such a good one.
3 times.
I love that musical. I've seen that
3 times.
You know what? What's funny is that like I don't remember a lot of the musicals I've seen, but if you mention like one I remember, I'll mention it. But I've seen it in the Round, which is near Chicago, which is a Round theater. So the center, so for those who don't know, there's this place called the Round in the Round.
It's square,
and it's like a square stage, but there's an audience that circles the entire thing.
No, there's square too. It's called in the Round to throw you off. I'm just being a jerk. It's Round.
Fine. But yeah, it's like a circular stage, and then people surround the entire stage. And it's a small little place. So, like, they do the show in, like, all these different ways so everyone can see every little perspective of the show. And that was really cool. And then, but I was a couple rows back from the front, but there was a part, you know, they were singing, like, in French or whatever. And then the, brothel lady.
Those Canaan days.
Yeah.
Used to know where has it gone? Where did it go? Raise your beret.
But yeah, that's a good one. But the guy who was playing that part was spinning like crazy. Some people were sitting in the front of him were like flinching and wiping their face. It was so funny. My mom went with me because she was a chaperone. She goes every single opportunity she had. She'd be a chaperone for the shows because there's a free opportunity for her to like miss work. And she and I were laughing, trying not to laugh.
So speaking of French accents, so I was at the Illinois Shakespeare Festival, and the show we saw, this one guy had a French accent, but it was like so over the top. It's so not French. Like he was like, if it is not French, it does not touch my lips. Like
it's like German French.
Literally, and he was like, she will be my wife. She loves me. And I was like,
she will be my wife. You get that tattooed on me. She will be my wife.
No, the best line was the guy who was like, and it will rain potatoes to the tune of green sleeves. And I was like, what? So I just imagine like potatoes are like falling on your head. It's just
it's like
well, these potatoes are
but no, like, imagine like it'd be like different forms of potatoes. Like there's mashed potatoes, hash browns, French fries,
red potatoes,
mashed potatoes soaked in sauerkraut juice.
It's just like
wow, that was really bad. But yes, I'm glad you had so fun. Your mom just recently bought you a thermos too.
Yeah, and I got a thermos that said Shakespeare Festival, which is cool. But
Travel Mug.
The guy was just a French accent, but if you saw it, he was me though, because he's this tall, awkward, skinny guy, and he would like walk around. All his little limbs were just so stiff, and he would be like when he would walk around, you can't see him if you're listening to this, but this guy was just like stiff, and like it was part of his character, like he was doing it on purpose. But really? That's who I am as a person, and like his pants were above the ankles, which a lot of my pants are above my ankles just because I'm tall.
Hey, that's trendy.
And I was like, all I need is a really fake, thick French accent, and I will be that guy. So he's my like familiar. Is that what they say?
Your doppelganger?
No, you know, like when people have like the little like animals, and they're like, it's my familiar, and it's like.
There's also their daemons too. If you're Golden Compass,
he can be either of those. But yeah, that's my story.
Yeah, that's a fantastic
those Canaan days.
There you go.
Get a little spittle on the audience.
Yeah,
I'll clone you. Don't make that sound.
Yeah. No, but
oh my god.
But yeah, the Cher musical. Back to that.
Yes.
That was really fun because that's the first time in a while I've seen a musical. Because like,
yeah.
You know, I just don't really like look up shows or stuff. Last musical I watched was a DVD bootleg of the DVD of someone recording Hamilton. That was the last one I watched.
Which I know a lot of people are against recording.
But we got through a friend of a friend of a friend.
I don't have $8,000, unfortunately, to see the show in person. Otherwise, I'm all about supporting theater people. But yes, we saw the bootleg of Hamilton.
Yeah.
I also saw
very grainy,
Hamilton in Chicago, so I paid my dues literally there. So
I paid my rent in my left arm.
Yes. Honestly. But yeah, that was amazing. Hamilton is amazing.
I wish you saw it with Miranda Lin-Manuel in it.
Lin-Manuel Miranda. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Also, rock fact, Lin-Manuel Miranda and I have the same birthday.
Rock fact? Are we quoting Over the Garden Wall now?
Yes.
Oh my god.
And that's a rock fact.
Oh my god.
We have the same birthday. So, I mean, he's older than I am, but,
I'm just thinking about, because yesterday we watched Newsies. It was my first time seeing Newsies, but it's our, like, millionth time.
Yeah, it's
Christian Bale. Oh my god.
It's like when he sings, he's like,
he sings really plain.
And I'm done, and I'm gone. He's got, like, the New York accent while he's singing. He's like, no more dreaming, no more crying, no more fat old men denying me my pay. And he's, like, riding on the horse.
Right, and, like, he has no vibrato. He doesn't have any personality when he sings. He sounds so monotone. He sounds like he's speaking, but in different fluctuations.
So you need to, Netflix has, like, the stage version of it, and Jeremy Jordan is just Chuck and Jeremy Jordan is life.
I'll have to watch. Because I liked Newsies, just Christian Bale. I couldn't take him seriously. Especially, 18-year-old Christian Bale.
Well, and the thing about, you have to watch the original first, but the thing about the stage version is, like, the dancing is both more updated and more, like, I mean, I love the dancing in the original movie, but the dancing is more, like, and you can watch, too, like, the Tony performances on YouTube, so you'd see, like, they did this cool thing where, like, they jump on the newspapers with their feet and, like, rip it apart with their feet, and then, like, spin, and it sounds weird when I describe it.
They destroy it with their feet.
But in a cool, choreographed, to the beat way.
Oh my god. Because, like, we were watching Christian Bale dance. That was an adventure.
It reminded me of, in the OG Footloose when, like, Kevin Bacon is singing that one song and he's in the car garage and he's just, like punching around.
Yeah. It reminds me of Emilio Estevez in Breakfast Club when he was really high and he was, like, punching the air and doing backflips and shit.
Yeah, honestly. It was a little bit like that.
Oh my god. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's...
My mom's home. We'll cut that, but...
or will we? But... I mean,
we're recording right now. We're recording.
What did she say?
She has food.
She has food?
Probably.
Is that what she said?
I think so. She said something ood, and I'm like, yeah, she said something about food.
That's funny. But Newsies, Christian Bale, that kid was eating licorice.
I know. He was eating black licorice, and I'm like, how dare he?
Like, there was a whole, like, candy selection, and you pick the black licorice.
Long strips of black licorice.
No.
No, because, like, I'm not a black licorice person, and I also don't like cilantro, which tastes like black licorice to me. So I'm like, ugh.
Penny for a pape.
A penny for a pipe.
Penny for a pape.
Hey, woikas.
Woikas.
Easy, what can I say? At first the night, I was like, hey, you know what I gotta say? I gotta bite the bull, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was just talking like that.
The best
just,
is, like, what is it, Spot? Like,
yeah.
The Brooklyn guy, he's the best of all of them.
Spot's the best.
When we saw the Cher musical, we took the train back home, and we literally watched, not Newsies, West Side Story on the train.
Yeah, we literally went no, it's funny, because we literally got off the train when we...
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you know. I didn't pee the entire time we were there.
Abby was dying.
Like, so we left...
All of Act 2.
We left for the train at, like, 4.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't pee until I got off work. So I peed before we left.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we didn't get back till, like, 11 o'clock?
Oh.
About midnight?
Midnight.
So I didn't pee for, like, 9 hours? And I was holding my bladder for a good 4 or 5.
And literally, because we got, like, out of the show, and we're, like, the train was leaving in, like, 11 minutes, we literally got in the cab, and we told the guy, we're trying to make the 10:30 train. And it was,
like 10:15. We're like, oh my god!
It was, like, no, it was, like 10:20 or whatever, and he's like, all right. And that guy was, like, the true G. Like, he got us to that train.
he was, like, flying and, like, taking all the shortcuts and stuff.
He got a good tip.
Yeah, we gave him a good tip.
Because he got us to that train on time. And then, but, yeah, Abby was...
I was dying. So, to distract myself, we watched West Side Story on my phone on the way back.
Yeah.
We were both freaking out because, like, oh my god, America, it's the best song ever. Oh my god, the mambo dance.
Just the Jets.
The Jets
are amazing. Our snaps are not with each other right now.
Because I like the part where the Jets and the Sharks are chasing each other, and there's this one scene where they're running down an alleyway, and it's like they're doing offbeat snaps.
Yeah.
I just love that scene. I don't know why.
I wish gang activity could be how it is in West Side Story. I mean, I guess there's still death.
Not as much death.
Oh, so I had my, like, I'm an idiot moment because, so we went to the Shakespeare Festival, and a lot of people, when they put on, like, Shakespeare plays, will put it on, but in a different era, like, time period than what is normal. So, so we saw Merry Wives of Windsor, and they placed it in the 70s, which is why I'm determined to get a pair of culottes now, because the 70s clothes you're wearing were just life. Yeah,
70s fashion's really coming back.
So, we were talking about, like, what would be fun eras to place different Shakespeare plays in, because, that's just the thing people do, and I was like, Romeo and Juliet, but with greasers, and then I was like...
Wait, that's West Side Story?
That's literally West Side Story. Someone beat me to that. I'm not original.
I think our next podcast, actually, speaking of greasers and stuff, is going to be The Outsiders.
Stay Gold Pony Boy.
Stay Gold Pony Boy. Now that she knows where it's from, she's like, oh.
Yeah, Abby texted that to me not the other day. It was like a few weeks ago. But she was like, stay gold, pony boy. And
You didn't understand it. And I was like,
didn't
that's
get
offensive.
It. Like, I was sitting with, I don't know, it was my boyfriend or something like that. And I was like, stay gold, pony boy. And he was like, outsiders.
And you're like, what?
And I was like, what? And he was like, outsiders. It's from the outsiders. And he talks, not like that. So, I'm sorry.
No, and then she watched Outsiders with me, and you were like, oh.
It was kind of, like, it was a little strange. Like, the best part...
I love how you're wearing my hat.
No.
Go ahead.
I feel like I shouldn't get in depth about it because we're talking about it next week, obviously. But the end where it's just the faces showing.
You stay gold, pony boy. That means you were older. Blah, blah. It's like showing like a montage of like a couple characters, and you're like, what?
So I'm going to read it and stuff, and I won't talk about it too much now because obviously we're going to cover it next. Hang on. Next time I'll read it. I'm just reading Stephen King's new book right now.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a good quick read, you know. Maybe you can read it while I'm gone, you know.
Oh, I'll read it. I'm Stephen King. I'm gonna be done with like in 2 days because this book is insane. It's The Outsider. Came out this year.
I've wanted to read that book so bad.
I was literally so I bought it and it was like $20, and like, you know, I'm in my 20s and I live not with my parents, so of course I'm poor. But
you can't help but invest in a good book.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with investing in a good book.
I was in my apartment. I have this like 100-year-old apartment that does not have air conditioning.
Hell yeah.
And so I just live in heat. And so I was FaceTiming my mom, and I was like, look, I got the new Stephen King book, and I held it up and it had the price tag on it. Mm-hmm. And she was like, why are you spending $20 on a book, but you will not buy yourself another fan? And I was like, priorities, mother.
It's true.
It's the written word that cools me down.
It distracts me from the outside world. Sorry, when I start laughing a lot, I get phlegmy and have to... Gross. But yeah, like, we're going to talk about Outsiders. But yes, back to musicals. So, so what musicals have you been in, Rachel?
Let's see. So, like I said, I've been
Are the ones you can remember?
I've been in Joseph thrice. I've been in Les Miserables twice. I've been in Narnia twice. I've done Wizard of Oz also twice. I've done A Christmas Carol also twice. I did Tom Sawyer once. I did Charlotte's Web once. I will never show anybody pictures of that because I was Charlotte.
So you're Black Spider.
Yeah. Yes.
Did you have to go blackface for it?
No, I just did like I'm actually not going in depth because I blocked that part out of my life. I've done Footloose, I've done Annie, I've done I've done Jungle Book, I've done Sound of Music.
That's a good one.
Yes, I've done more too. Like I can't remember like all of them, but
I mean, like I'll say like the Disney movies are technically musicals, but we can save like a Disney one for another podcast at some other time.
Oh yeah, no, of course.
Like childhood favorite Disney movies and stuff. We can talk about them later. But
I've done a lot though.
You have.
Like
puts me to shame.
20 something for sure. And I'm not particularly good at it. I just really like it, and I also like dressing up from different time periods.
Well, there's actually like a musical. You can do musicals here. You can actually audition for like... Well, CYT is more like K through 12 kind of deal.
Yeah. No, there are lots of theaters and stuff. Just, you know, working on the weekends makes that very hard. Mm-hmm. That was my song about working on the weekends. Weekends.
We keep going into music because we both really like musicals.
Yeah.
She's definitely seen more than I have. I've seen more on DVD and VHS versus seeing them in person. Mm-hmm. I've only seen like a handful of musicals in person. Like I've seen part of Legally Blonde, which is really funny. It's a funny musical.
Legally Blonde is a good one, yes.
I've seen the bootleg version of Hamilton. I've seen Joseph with Donny Oswald. Osmond. Oswald. The blue octopus. Oswald. With the teeny tiny top hat. Donny Osmond. That one's amazing. I watched that one so many times because I love that one.
Oh my gosh, it's a meme.
Well, for musicals, technically, it's Joseph, like the DreamWorks version, and Prince of Egypt.
Oh, yes.
Those were good ones.
Do you know what you need to see is there's a Jekyll and Hyde musical.
Oh, yeah.
And it's amazing, but there's a DVD version of it where Jekyll / Hyde is played by Dustin Hoffman. And he's like, this is the moment. This is the time. We are watching that, Abby.
Okay, we'll watch. Oh!
I got really excited about Dustin Hoffman.
No, it's not like the sound waves. No, but you found Les Miserables VHS with
That's not a musical version though.
Oh, it's an
but it's just a movie version because Les Miserables, I like in all of its mediums, be it book or film or.
What's funny is that the manga is the closest to the book.
Yeah, honestly,
there's a manga.
But they are making a BBC miniseries that's actually gonna have Lily Collins in it.
Oh, I like Lily Collins.
She's gonna be Fontaine and a couple other people as well. But they're making a BBC miniseries. And I'm interested in seeing it because the director of it says that he believes the Les Miserables musical to be a travesty. So
that's true.
I'm holding out for a hero till the edge of the night. And hoping that this bloke I mean, I love the musical. I'm obsessed with the musical. But I would really love to see a version that does follow the book closely, minus the 60 pages about the bishop part, or the 60 pages about Waterloo part. Victor Hugo rants. But I would love to see how close he gets to the book, because the movie with Liam Neeson and Jeffrey Rush, there's a movie with Liam Neeson and Jeffrey Rush, and it is an absolute travesty. It's heinous. Like, the Revolution maybe gets 5 minutes of screen time. The whole movie.
Yeah, I saw the one with Anne Hathaway.
Yeah.
And no,
which is
that's my first.
Okay.
As someone that's their first experience watching Les Miserables, which was mine, unfortunately.
I'm gonna show you the 25th anniversary DVD.
Okay.
It has Nick Jonas.
What? Nick Jonas is in it?
Yeah. It also has Lea Salonga. She's the singing voice for Mulan and Jasmine.
Oh, okay.
She's in it.
I was about to sing Pocahontas. I realized it wasn't her.
No.
Oh, that's awesome.
But no, Nick Jonas is Marius, but he actually does pretty good.
What the frick?
Alfie Boe is...
You know what I really want to see? I want to see Ass says this movie's awful.
What, Into the Woods?
Nah, I've seen them Into the Woods movie. It was awful.
It was not...
It was not good.
I could go on a rant about that, but I won't continue.
But yeah, I want to see. This is unrelated, but it's related to Shakespeare. But I want to see the Leo DiCaprio version. Romeo and Juliet. He's throwing me my sword. It's like a gun.
There's a version. We should watch that. No, there's a version with the guy from Gossip Girl in it.
What?
Oh no! It's Chuck from Gossip Girl, and I was like,
oh my God.
What? Okay, when you said Shakespeare, I thought you were gonna say Shakespeare in Love, because I hate Shakespeare in Love.
I don't know.
It's straight trash. It's like Gwyneth Paltrow and John Rye something, and it's basically
Gwyneth Paltrow. It's
like Shakespeare falls in love, and he writes Romeo and Juliet because he's in love, and it's straight trash. It's a terrible movie, so we can watch it, but we can also watch the Leo DiCaprio. But it's not. That one's Romeo plus Juliet.
Plus Juliet. Have you seen those novels floating around?
Sorry.
Had to be my sword, and he gets a handgun or something.
It's not what I asked for. What even is this?
I need to watch that so bad.
Sorry, have I seen what?
Nah, whatever. I lost my train of thought.
Manga versions of Shakespeare?
No.
Books? Tell me about books.
No. Oh, yeah, the Romeo and Juliet modern version where they use, text bubbles. They're in the YA section. It's on Romeo and Juliet, but the cover is, Shakespeare in modern times. And it's, these text bubbles. They're, I love you, Juliet. I can't come over. My dad hates me. Okay, let's commit suicide. Okay. Have a suicide pact.
Romeo and Juliet.
That's just, I hate that story.
I hate that it's Shakespeare's most famous. First of all, it was written as a social commentary, and everyone's like, it's a beautiful love story. And I'm like, it's a social commentary. First of all, me. What's the, me, an intellectual.
Me, an intellectual.
Commentary.
That's social commentary. You'd be on r/wannabe intellectual.
Yeah.
because we both go on Reddit a lot.
Oh, of course.
Because Reddit's fun. My boyfriend hates Reddit. He's like, oh, you're calling me filthy casual. I'm like, oh,
Reddit,
shut up.
Reddit,
4chaner.
It's a beautiful incel 4chaner.
Holy crap. No, but for real, like...
4chan's gonna dox us.
Please don't. We respect the 4chans.
Do you know what? Okay, has been, like, kind of creeping me out. So, on my phone, sometimes when I try to go on Safari, I get the, like... I, like, click on Safari, and before I can even look anything up, I get the, like, prove you're not a robot captcha, if that's how you pronounce it. And they're like, because of activity on your IP address or whatever, you have to prove you're not a robot. And I'm like, I sometimes will, like, I guess search random things like arsenic poisoning and stuff like that just because I'm curious or like, but like I don't look up, you know, I'm not like a dark web person or like I don't look up anything so excessively sketchy. So I'm like, why do I keep getting this? Although I did look up, this sounds dark, but
okay, clarify. Rachel and I are very curious about very dark things.
And also I write, so I have to look up weird things. But so I was reading the Stephen King book, and it was like so-and-so character was looking up the Wikipedia article on how to hang yourself.
Yeah.
And my stepsister and I were like, there's not a Wikipedia article on how to hang
yourself.
Like
a WikiHow?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They definitely have something
so,
like that.
So, I Googled, Wikipedia how to hang yourself just because I was curious if that was a real thing and if Stephen King did his research.
My jaw dropped.
And Stephen King did his research. We were just curious. First of all, the first thing that came up was a suicide prevention hotline, which is good. But no, I didn't find an article on it, so I don't know.
Maybe I would go incognito mode, so I don't have that in my search history.
Well, no, sometimes I do these things because I read these books and I'm like, did this author do their research? I'm genuinely curious for some stupid reason, so I look it up.
Yeah. Happens.
Yeah, every day of my life.
Oh my God, they need to turn that TV upstairs. It's so loud.
But yeah, so I was like, is someone else using my IP address? Blah blah blah.
Blur, blur, blur.
4chan,
ooh, dickheads. I'm just kidding.
Take your vitamins.
But yeah, we saw the Cher musical. It's in the perspective of three different life periods of Cher.
Which is astounding to me that they found not one but three actresses that
sing like Cher.
I have to say, the guy who played Bono,
Sonny. Oh God. Sorry, we recently watched Across the Universe, and I realized Bono played I am the Walrus. I want to die because I don't like Bono. No, because we were watching Across the Universe. Sorry, side note. And as soon as I saw Bono's face, I was like, "Is that freaking Bono?" Yeah, you were laughing the entire time. Salty. I got so mad. I'm like, "Why is Bono in this movie? I don't like Bono."
But the guy who played Sonny, he did a good job in doing the impression, but I feel like his performance was
Yeah, well, it's about Cher,
right? So but I feel like most of his effort went to doing
the singing,
because it's the I got you, babe.
It's very nasally, and it's right here. I got you, babe. Because the way he sings, he's very nasally, and he sings from the roof of his mouth, so it's meh. But. And Cher's very in the back of her throat.
If I could turn back time,
I'm gonna find my way.
Gypsies, tramps, and thieves. Don't sue me, Cher.
I'm gonna find my way.
I was reading someone in the comments for because I always get ads about Broadway in Chicago on my Facebook. Among other things I won't mention. I'm just kidding.
Sure, go ahead.
No, it's mostly Broadway in Chicago, and someone commented under the Cher show one. They were like, Cher showed up at our performance.
What?
I was like, why wasn't it ours?
Why wasn't it ours? Well, because we're in Chicago and no one likes Chicago anymore.
She showed up at the Chicago. It's only in Chicago.
What?
Now.
Oh my God, she actually showed up?
Yeah, because it's the pre-Broadway. I think I'm a Bob Jigger, so.
Jigger.
Yeah, that's a rock fact.
No, because it takes place with three different forms of Cher in her early, mid, and current life. Current timeline. Yeah. Or current era. And it was very interesting to see. Although I thought the two Chers, the one who played during her marriage with Bono, or further in Bono. Wow, look what you did! Sonny, and her later when she was basically divorcing Sonny into when she started dating what's his face?
Blondie.
Blonde guy. He wrote songs and things.
Played the guitar.
Yeah, we'll figure it out later. And I'll probably Google it while you're talking. And and so her and then the current Cher, the one that dated the other guy.
Yeah.
After the blonde into her currently.
Greg Allman.
Greg Allman?
Yeah.
No,
look, Sonny Bono!
God.
We're not wrong. We're right.
His last name is Bono. We call him but his name's
Okay,
Sonny.
but the point is the Bono thing wasn't wrong. I'm sorry. Greg Allman.
Greg Allman, yeah. When she was dating Greg Allman and then dated that one guy from New York.
I thought he was Italian.
Italiani, Scotty. Oh my god. Ew, ew. That necklace is huge.
What are the cheeks, anyways?
Hotel
did he ever get a
California, that's a
haircut?
different singer.
This is gonna be my next zoom-in face.
No. Oh no, my computer. But yeah, like.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Sorry, second actress.
Yeah, the second actress and third actress for sure did the best impressions.
I thought that
the first one was really good. But
I thought
like
the oldest Cher was the most powerful.
yeah, she was the most powerful and she was so bodacious and beautiful. Yeah. No, but for real, like, but they all did great.
Yeah.
And, like, it was really cute to see, like, how her bond with her mom over her life changed and blah, 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 and oh my god.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, I'm just looking up stupid pictures.
Yes, because I'm looking over.
Italian
Italian boyfriend.
I don't know his name. I don't know his name.
Robin No. I don't know, but anyway. Like, it's just like, she's also in the new Mamma Mia movie, which I'm
Mamma Mia, which is the only reason I would see it, because I think the first Mamma Mia movie is just...
Mamma Mia in general is just stupid.
It's a terrible movie. Like, no one in that movie can sing. Like, it's like, what's the movie that the song that Pierce Brosnan sings? Life After Love is Cher. I don't even know. But, yeah.
Just believe. You believe in life after love. That's a great song. Although they sang it in like a really beautiful way at the musical, and that made me like feel her. Because like now that you listen, because after showing her live events, and then when she sang that song, I'm like, oh my god, it totally makes sense.
Yeah,
she's not just rambling.
No, she's not. She's Cher. She's queen. And I hope Mamma Mia 2 is better than Mamma Mia 1.
They dedicated a song to Bobby Mackey, who made all of her outfits.
Oh my!
And it was the whole entire song was about her costumes and her dresses.
Probably the entire budget for that musical
went into their outfits. It looked
fantastic.
Great. They even got like the giant headdress, but they put it on a big black guy. And I was like, yes, queen! Snaps all around!
Amazing.
It was beautiful.
Oh my gosh, them costumes.
You know what? Speaking of Bobby Mackey, I was on Reddit, and there was this thrift hauls subreddit, and there was this woman that actually got a Bobby Mackey dress at a thrift store for $2.
What? Thrift stores are...
They made their own... Someone made their separate subreddit just for that dress called Legendary Hauls. And I was so surprised. It's an official Bobby Mackey dress. I was like, oh my god!
My gosh.
I would have freaked out if I found
like
Bobby
her
Mackey.
most prized possession now.
Oh yeah, for $2.
$2. Oh my
She could probably sell it on eBay for like a really good price.
Honestly, probably. Oh my gosh, we're almost an hour in.
Yeah, well, we still have to like cut a little bit out, but...
Well, yeah, you're what?
My thing is freaking out. Why? It's freaking out. Anyway.
It's having a moment.
Yeah, it's having a panic attack. I have panic attack.
I'm have panic attack.
Yeah, but other musicals that you've seen. I mean, like, I've seen our school performances. I mean, I did choir for 12 years, so we technically did songs for musicals.
Of course.
And,
I have a question.
Yes.
Why do the guy characters always have the best songs?
That's true. Because their voices are better. I'm just going to be honest. In my opinion, I personally like the sound of a male voice than a female voice, unless they prove me wrong. I like more the female rocker voice, because, like, the female pop voice is just so...
Well, it's like, looking at the opera, like, you know, you got the Phantom with, like, Music of the Night and stuff, and then Christine just has her little, think on me fondly.
Oh,
and we said goodbye, and I'm like, take a nap. This is where I take my power nap. It's a boring song.
I saw the Phantom of the Opera version with Gerard Butler, which I judge me all you want. I loved it. I thought it was amazing.
Gerard Butler's like, music of the
You're making the sound clip. Oh my god. No, I loved it because, like, you know, it has the chick from Shameless in it. She did a really good job.
I think, was 17. I think she was 16 when she got the part in 17 when she filmed. Waking moment. Tie my head with talk of summertime. Raoul, what's his name? Kind of sucks.
Yeah.
He doesn't believe his girlfriend, even though she went missing for 24 hours.
24 hours.
Yeah, Gerard Butler. And, like, I'll give him props in that he's not Russell Crowe as Javert. He's like, stars in your multitude, and I'm like, jump off the bridge already.
Jump off the bridge already. You know what's really sad about that scene?
We need the whole music number.
No! During that scene, Les Mis, spoilers, by the way, when he throws himself off the bridge.
And you just hear that.
You just see his body bounce off the wall.
But then don't you hear, like, a...
Yeah, you hear, like, a giant thud. I don't know why, but, like, it's so mean to say, but, like, anything that involves, like, ragdoll-esque physics, like, they're, like, their body flailing in the wind.
It's like in Breath of the Wild when Link falls off the mountain. And it's just like...
Like, it's like in Breath of the Wild, you know, when he gets shot, he just goes, like, full-on limp. He falls.
It literally is.
It is. He just goes full-on limp. You have to, like, smash B to get him back up again. It's like that when he falls off the bridge, his body goes a ragdoll.
And I'm like, goodbye to your stupid hat and your stupid rocks.
I'm crying. I can't get over the fact of when how his body just goes limp and he falls down.
Like, there is nowhere to go on. And he just like,
stop my stomach.
It's like,
oh my god.
And he's just like,
he's just like, you hear a giant thud noise. You're just,
it's like, you know when, like, Saruman, like, falls on the wind.
It's like, there's something really comedic about when characters fall. Like, they're supposed to make it super dramatic.
And it's just like a...
Yeah. Like, Saruman just falls onto a giant spike and he just... Or, like, you know, like, when Russell Crowe just, like, falls, you just hear a giant thunk. And then he... Oh my god, I could go on forever.
He gone. Goodbye, Russell Crowe. Goodbye, Saruman.
Or like that moment when Pippin picks up the eye and he's like, like goes like full on like Smeagol mode, whereas like he like goes like all into himself and he's just like.
I always do like stupid things when I play video games because you have to find out whatever happens. And I was like, what happens if I just have Link like jump off this bridge? And he's just like he just flops around.
I know. Or like when you accidentally get, you know what? There's this part where you have to go get. Because in the game Breath of the Wild, you have to like go to different towers in the area to get pieces of the map. And there's a specific one you have to go up a spiral, like a dirt spiral up a mountain.
Yes.
Like a spiral trail.
Yes.
And I got shot with a bomb arrow. My body just flew off the edge. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? I hate how his body just goes limp like a ragdoll. He's like, nope.
He blows. Well, you know what? You gotta give the guy credit. He's like 117 years old.
Yeah. But his body's still able. And he doesn't have to do that.
I love all the characters that are just so thirsty for Link.
Oh my god.
Like, did you ever do the Arrow subplot?
Which one?
It's like a subplot where, like, you read a journal entry, and the lady's like, oh, that new traveler looks like he knows his way around a bow. I'd like to teach him how to notch or maybe he'd notch my arrow. It's been way too long.
Ew!
And then Link, like, goes to do her side quest, which is, like, she wants to see his marksman skills, and it's, like, she's separated from her husband because her husband is, like, obsessed with, like, the cuckoos or...
The cuckoos. Oh, is this in Kakariko Village?
Yeah, and, like, she and her husband are separated because he's obsessed with those. But, like, she's, like, all thirsty over Link, and she's like, I'd like to see you work an arrow. Go shoot those things.
Ew.
And I'm like, first of all, you're married. But I like to think of Link as, like, a major, like, player, though. Like,
no, I think he's... I think the opposite. I think he's, like, a total prude. It's like, I'm no.
I think Link's a player. Especially when he doesn't, like, have his memory, so he doesn't remember Zelda. He's just, like, pawing around in this world, doesn't know who he is. Like, everyone's thirsty over him. Like, that painter guy's thirsty over him.
Yeah.
Who's like, you have such beautiful features.
Or, like,
paint you.
I like going to Hestu, the giant, like, Korok.
Yeah.
Like, he's the one who updates your, inventory.
Yeah.
And, like, when you go up to him with no clothes on, he's like, naked! Naked! It's like, oh my god.
He's like, Galen, put your shirt on.
Like, he spells naked as N-E-K-K-I-D.
Yeah, naked.
Yeah, naked. He's like, we naked! It's so cute. I'm like, oh, Hestu is my favorite.
Oh my gosh, so good. So good. Oh my gosh.
Didn't realize I said, like, an inappropriate word for a second there. I was like, oh no. Oh no, I'm so sorry for those listening. It wasn't intentional.
We got really off the rails here.
Yeah, we can't help it. That's our podcast. But back to musicals, I guess, for a little bit longer here. But yeah, like Rachel has seen what are some of your favorites musicals that you've seen?
Obviously, Les Miserables.
Les Miserables. You have like so many different versions of Les Miserables, like books and musicals and.
I haven't, like, I've only seen the DVD, but I like Love Never Dies, which is the Phantom of the Opera sequel, which a lot of people are torn on, but I think the music is beautiful.
Honestly, my boyfriend's mom did not like it.
Well, we can sit down and chat, anyways. I'm a big fan of, Jekyll and Hyde.
Mm-hmm.
Is a great one. We saw Waitress, Jade and I did. That was really good.
Yeah, her sister's named Jade. FYI.
Yes. I wouldn't say, like, that's, like, my top musical roster of the world, but it is certainly a good one. Obviously Hamilton, you know, I can be hipster, but Hamilton's cool with a lot of people, and I think it's cool, and...
That's all you, man. That's your opinion.
It's all me.
Some people...
Not throwing away my shot.
I'm not going to throw names, but I know people that disagree with your notion, but you know what? That's all you. Don't...
I'm not going to throw hands, but I am.
Wow, this is a very, very giggly podcast. I just realized.
It really is. No, there are a lot of musicals that I'm obsessed with, and it's they made an Anastasia musical, and the soundtrack is bae.
Is it under Disney?
I don't. Ooh, sorry.
Because I know 20th Century Fox got bought out by them for like $50 billion.
Right.
And Anastasia can technically be Disney princess now.
Yeah, she can, but I know the Fox scene was fairly recent, so I don't know for sure. But the entire soundtrack, I bought it, but it can also be found on the YouTube if you would like to
on
peruse.
the Utizzle.
Yes, if you'd like to peruse, because it is fantastic. They added a lot of good songs.
Mm-hmm.
And Ramin Karimloo played Gleb.
Very fancy.
Very fancy. Very. What time did you be at work?
What?
What time did you be at work? 2.
Oh. But it's like 1 right now, so we're good to go. Yes, I have work after I'm finished here, but my work is like 5 minutes away, so it's like not a big deal.
Yeah.
And plus, I'm only there for a couple hours today, so I'm not there like all day.
I have this really cool plan where, like, after this I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna clean and then I'm gonna take a nap.
Sounds fair. Yeah, because I know you probably have some laundry to do, maybe. Unless you already did it.
I have laundry to put away. But I have some other cleaning to do.
You know what you should do now that you cleaned out your closet? You should shove your bed in your closet. I did it in high school.
Put my bed in the closet?
Okay, so you take the doors off the hinges. And then you shove the head of your bed in there.
Okay.
You can have your own light source in there. And then you have the shelves up there for small things. And then, like, you have side storage.
Interesting.
And then you have the rest of the room for, like, stuff to do.
My room's pretty decent size. And I only have a twin bed because I'm a poor pleb who plants my turnips. But my room's actually pretty decent size. So I can, like, fit a decent amount of things in there, which is kind of nice.
You can probably fit, like, a small chair, like, a small sofa in there. honestly. Because, like, I think what you should do is, like, I kind of want to help you rearrange your room because it's always fun to rearrange your room. I just did. Yeah. I rearrange my room, like, every few months. And I think we should, like, shove your bed in your closet. Like, the head of your bed, at least, in your closet. And then, because that, honestly, is awesome. It's so much fun.
I would be scared that spiders would fall on my head.
And that's why you have a fly swatter next to your bed.
If I'm sleeping that way.
No, I did. And I used a scarf canopy. So I, like, draped over the open areas.
Spiders know what they're doing.
Spiders kill bugs. They're fine. I don't mind spiders. If I find one,
I don't mind them if they're not eating me.
They don't really eat people, though. I mean, like, if I find a spider, I save it and put it outside.
Well, I do, too. I don't believe in spider genocide, but...
Yeah, they kill bugs and mosquitoes for us. How could you not love them? Alright, well, I think we're both getting a little sleepy, and... Oh, guys. I need more oxygen to the brain.
This was an interesting experience.
Yes, this was a very giggly podcast. A nice return from our 3-week hiatus, and I'm very sorry for being away for so long. We both are, I think.
Yes.
You probably not so much.
Indeed.
Indubitably.
And
yeah, so we're gonna get back into this. We'll be back in not next week, but the following. So because we're gonna be starting it bi-weekly instead of being every week.
Yes.
So that way we have 2 podcasts a month instead of the traditional 4. We'll be able to have more time to read and work and not be so freaked out about reaching our scheduled time.
Yeah.
I'll be on vacation next week, hence there will not be therefore we won't have a podcast next week.
Words.
Words. Bo Burnham.
Words. Yes.
Bo Burnham's everything.
But anyhow, yes.
Yes, we'll be in touch soon. Don't pour your tea down the sink.
Don't do that.
Instead, if you can't finish it, put it in the fridge and then have a cold later.
Correct.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much for joining us on our podcast, and I'll be doing a lot of editing on this podcast because we laughed a lot, and a lot of the time there was a lot of noise, and we had to get up to go pee. But thank you again for joining us. We will be back in 2 weeks.
Back again.
Jay's back.
Okay, bye.
Bye.